George Karunis, explorer and storm chaser. I travel the world and document the most extreme places. I love working with Exploring by the Seat of Your Pants because I get to share my experiences around the world with so many students and hopefully get them passionate about the world and nature and science by showing them some of the most extreme wild places that I go to document in my everyday life. This is what I do. So I chase tornadoes. I've been doing that for about 20 years. I travel to Tornado Alley in the central part of the United States where they get 75% of the world's tornadoes. I chase hurricanes all over the world in places like Bermuda here, in Hurricane Katrina, Hurricane Sandy, all over the United States and Atlantic Canada, the Caribbean. But it's not just storms that I like to go and visit and document and sort of showcase, but some of just any extreme place on planet Earth. Now, this spot looks like something from a science fiction movie, and it pretty much could be. It's the Nika Crystal Cave in Mexico, and it's about 900 feet underground. And I have to wear this special cooling suit that's filled with ice. And I have to be able to breathe chilled air because the air temperature inside is about 52 Celsius. That's about 125 degrees Fahrenheit with the humidity of the Amazon jungle. So you can only survive without protective equipment in this cave for maybe 20 minutes at a time. And even with all this gear, we could only stay in there for maybe 40 minutes. So it is probably one of the most beautiful and extreme places on planet Earth. It really is wild. It looks like ice, but it's crystals of gypsum. This is the largest crystals in the world. Some of them are 10 meters long, 30 feet, and can weigh up to 55 tons. Unbelievable. But anything involving extremes of the natural world, volcanoes are one of my favorite things to go and investigate. This particular volcano is in the South Pacific in the island nation of Vanuatu. I've done about 5 or 6 expeditions to this little island, and it has a very rare thing, a boiling lake of lava. That's liquid rock. It's about 1,200 feet or 400 meters deep inside this crater. I have to rappel down on ropes. You can see me there, just sort of maybe a third of the way down, trying to get down right beside that lava. And it's been boiling away 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for decades. And the idea was to get up as close as humanly possible and gather some samples. So here I am with my special heat protective suit that protects me from that extreme radiant heat. Imagine cranking your oven up full blast and then opening the door and feeling that blast of heat. That's kind of what it's like, but even hotter because it's liquid rock. It's unbearably hot. And with that special suit, I can stand there for maybe a couple of minutes. Without the suit, you could only really be there for maybe 10 seconds. Gives you an idea of how hot it is. It's kind of like a window into the center of the earth. And there's only a few precious places on our planet where you can witness this kind of thing. So from wet places like in the middle of hurricanes and chasing storms across the Great Plains to some of the craziest hot places, these are just the kind of things that I love to showcase to people. One of my favorites, and I'll just have one more here, is Darvaza, Turkmenistan. This place is known as the doorway to hell. It's a sinkhole about 100 feet deep and 230 feet across that leaks natural gas that has been burning for 45 years. They lit it on fire back in like 1971. It's been burning ever since. And I was part of an expedition. I was the leader of an expedition for National Geographic to go here, go down inside to the very bottom, gather soil samples to see if there was any life living down there, any type of bacteria. Because if there's bacteria living here, it could give us ideas as to where we might want to look for life on other planets that are also very hot, that have a lot of methane gas in their environment, similar to what's in this pit. And we've found all kinds of stuff down there. It's amazing where life can take hold. So it's just fascinating. I've been doing this now for over 20 years, and I'm still learning new stuff every day. And I know that when I was a kid, I was always excited by extremes of nature. I would ride my bike in hailstorms and swim in flooded creeks and things like that. And I really just hope that seeing some of these places and witnessing some of these adventures inspires some young people today to put their phone down, get outside, experience nature, not necessarily do this kind of crazy stuff that I do, but to get out there and learn more about nature, science, and our place in the natural world and realize that our earth is not a static spot. It's always changing. And sometimes those changes can be quite dramatic and violent. Stay safe, everyone.